Hi guys, it's Makayla again with another video update. I'm super excited to share that this week I got my visa. So on Wednesday afternoon I had to leave school early after lunch so that I could catch a flight to the States and be able to get to the States in enough time on Thursday in order to be at my appointment at the embassy. So I flew from Mexico City to Chicago, and then my dad met me in Chicago, and we drove from Chicago to Detroit at 6 a.m. on Thursday morning, and we got to Detroit in the early afternoon, like 12:30 or 1, and went straight to the embassy. And it was a 2-hour process, mostly that involved waiting more than anything, but by the end of the 2 hours, I got my visa, so this is what it looks like, and I get to go through the residence line when I enter Mexico again tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, and they'll do something with it in customs, and then I'll have to go to an immigration office in Puerto when Puerto Escondido, the city near me, when I arrive, and I'll get a physical card a few days later, and I'll be all set. I'm super excited to be back in the classroom on Monday. Even before I left on Wednesday, it was already a crazy week because my boss was in our classroom a whole lot more than normal on Monday and Tuesday, and even Wednesday morning, because she's trying to find a new person to be in the room. So she was in the room. The person who might be coming in was in the room a lot. The students were kind of rearranged a little bit. We had a lot of routine change, and it was a little bit chaotic. Plus, I was leaving, so it was crazy, but I'm excited to be in there again on Monday, and just God is in control about what is happening in the classroom, and glad that I could trust Him in that. The hardest part about being a missionary is probably the language, even though I do know basically all the grammar rules and a lot of vocab, and I can communicate in Mexico. It's still not my native language, and I don't pick up on all of the jokes or the slang or any of that all the time. Sometimes I do, but not all the time, and so sometimes it's just really frustrating to be not able to communicate fully what I want to or understand entirely what someone is telling me and have to have them explain it. So I often pray for clarity of communication and understanding to help me through the day, especially when talking with parents at the school, because I have to be able to communicate well and accurately there in a professional setting, and also just making friends around the base that are locals and being able to form relationships with them. It's extremely important to have a bike in Cacalote because it is walkable, but you're walking in direct sunlight in like 90-degree weather, and it's dirt roads with lots of potholes and speed bumps and stuff. So a bike is really necessary, especially because I live about a mile from the school. My bike recently, I don't know entirely what happened to it, but the pedals somehow got pushed inward, and so it wouldn't pedal. It just kept hitting against the bar that would connect the seat to the handlebars, and so I wasn't able to ride a bike for a few days. But God provided in providing me someone who could fix the bike. He basically took a hammer to the bike and to the pedals and hammered it back out and told me if it happens again to come to him. And it's a Spanish school student, and so it was fixed for probably a week or two, but then it started happening again, and so I took it back to him, and it was a Thursday or a Friday, and he said that I could borrow his wife's bike for the weekend, and they were going to go to Puerto for the weekend, and they would take my bike with them to just try to get it fixed more professionally and not DIY. And so they took it, and then on Monday when they came back, they asked me to come over to get it, and they had bought me a completely new bike. And I was just so shocked because I was not expecting that. When I told him that it was broken again, I was expecting him to hammer it back out again and just be done with that. But he said that he felt God telling him that he needs to buy me a new bike, and just because it's super important in Cacalote, and he's just wanted to help me out. And so that was a real gift from God. Thank you so much for all of your support prayerfully and financially. It really, really does help me stay in Mexico. I would not be able to stay without any of that support. Thank you for all of your words of encouragement over email and over text and WhatsApp. It goes a long way as well. And I really do enjoy hearing from you guys and hearing what's happening at home. Thank you for everything, and I hope to see you soon.